Hello. Hi. Welcome to my bed. I'm on my bed in my room. I don't know if I'm coming down with something. I really hope I'm not because I have a trip coming up. But my eyes feel like that kind of burning, watery, tingly feeling. And I just feel really warm and kind of down. But regardless if I am coming down with something, it's not gonna stop me from filming this video because this video is important. Per the title, you can see that I'm gonna talk about 5 mindset shifts that have altered my brain chemistry. Now, whether that has literally happened, I don't know. But these mindset shifts have been so important to me that I literally have them written down on my mirror that I see myself in every single morning because I never want to forget them. I always want to be reminded of them. That is how they have changed my life. Also, I feel like these are underrated. V8 Energy, they taste good. Someone told me they're not healthy for you. It's probably right. Mindset shift number 1. You turn I have to into I get to. I think everybody at some point has gotten lost and stuck in their daily routine. A lot of us are doing the same thing over and over again every single day, 7 days a week, that we're just going through the motions. And all of it kind of feels like a burden to us. But when we get so used to our routines, we do forget that the problems we have are actually privileges. For example, it's easy to say, oh, I have to go to work, I have to go work out, I have to clean the house. But what if we started saying, I get to go to work because I have a job? Some people don't have a job. I get to clean my house because I have a home to live in. I get to go work out because my body is able and I can move it. Like, when you start thinking about it that way, you really do realize that all these burdens, all these chores, all these things you have to do, they really are privileges. So I think shifting from I have to do something to I get to do something makes it feel like less of a burden. And you can carry out these things with a grateful heart because you are reminding yourself that not everybody has the privilege to have the issues that you have. Everybody has their own issues. Everybody has their own problems, things they don't want to do. But maybe the things that you're not so stoked about doing or that are annoying in your day-to-day, maybe somebody would kill for those problems. Mindset shift number two is, what would this look like if it were fun? And it can apply to anything. Now, I'm not saying everything can be super duper fun, woo, like a party, but I think there are things we can do to make maybe anything, there are some things that are exception, more enjoyable. Oh my gosh. What is this thing? Okay, I'm gonna show you. Ah! I don't even wanna. Okay, I'm gonna show you before I kill it. This thing's on my curtain. What is that? Oh. Okay. Where did it go? It's on my bed now. Oh, it's right there. I'm gonna smush it. Sorry, that gasp was so loud. Like I was saying, there are things that we can do to make our day-to-day tasks or things that we don't want to do more enjoyable. So, for example, if you have to clean the house, play your favorite music, put on a podcast. Put on a podcast. I love listening to like my favorite YouTubers when I'm cleaning, those videos where it's like, oh, like we're on FaceTime, yada yada, and I'll just listen to somebody ramble while I'm folding my clothes. That makes folding my clothes more enjoyable. If you have to study, instead of studying in your room by yourself, go to a cafe with your friend. I promise that'll be more enjoyable. That'll be more fun than locking yourself in your room. Maybe you have to go to work. Oh, how can I make that more fun? Get a little dolled up, get a little extra to go to work. Even though it's just work and you might go every day, I've noticed when I put more effort into my appearance, I enjoy the day more. Sometimes if I don't like the way that I look, I just don't want to talk to people. I'm like, get away from me. But if I know I look good, then I feel good, I want to talk to people, the day overall is more enjoyable. And I really think implementing this mindset into things you don't normally enjoy, but you have to do for your own benefit, increases your consistency because you hate it less. This third one has been a hard pill to swallow for me. Whatever you feed grows, whatever you starve ultimately dies. This sounds super simple. Oh yeah, of course. It is not easy. So I first heard this on a podcast I was listening to when I was going through a really, really rough period in my life. It was a time of very high anxiety. And I was just totally like controlled by my mind. And I don't even remember the name of the podcast, who was saying it. The only thing I remember from it was this guy saying, whatever you feed grows and whatever you starve ultimately dies. And that just clicked something in me. I don't know what it was, but it stuck with me. And I think the reason it stuck with me was that it made me realize I had a say in the outcome of whatever I was facing. It made me realize that I'm not a victim and that I play a part in the outcome. There is always a level of things that are out of our control, but it doesn't mean that we are totally helpless. We have a say. We can change the outcome. Let me grab this mug. I love this mug. I love it so much that I have it on my desk. And it says, what does it say? Okay. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Now, I am not much of a, law of attraction, manifest. I'm not about that. I like that it says the best way to predict the future is to create it. It doesn't say you can predict the future. If there is something you want, the best way to get that is to do something about it. But yeah, I really love this mindset of whatever you feed grows and whatever you starve ultimately dies. You have a say in the outcome. You are not a victim. Yes, sometimes things happen that we don't have control over, but we can choose how we respond to them and if we are going to come out stronger or let it drown us. This fourth one is fairly new to me, and it has given me a sort of new sense of peace. And that is that your purpose is today. I have had a lot of anxiety recently about what is my purpose? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? How am I going to make money? How can I make a difference? What do I really like to do? And expecting like this one concrete, solid answer. But what I've noticed, especially when you talk to people who are much older, who have experienced a lot of life, very few people have found that one thing that they do forever and they feel like their mission is complete. Most people do a lot of different things. I would tend to feel like if I didn't know what my purpose is, that every day that I'm not working towards that purpose, that I wasted the day and that I failed essentially. And that's such a like flawed mindset because I think there's a purpose for each of us today, right now. If you're still alive, there is a reason for you to be alive. There is a purpose for you today. So I began to focus on what God has put in front of me today. Instead of thinking so far ahead into the future, what am I going to do with my life? How much money am I going to make? How am I going to impact people's lives? Doing what God has put in front of me today and doing it the best that I can. That's it. That's all we can do because we can't see into the future. And thinking this way allows me to go to sleep feeling accomplished, not feeling like a failure, because I did everything in my power today to do the best I could with what I was given. And that was my purpose today. And I succeeded. Therefore, I have fulfilled my purpose. I don't know where this idea came from that you pick what you want to do at 18, you go to college for 4 years, and then you do that thing for the next 50 years of your life, and you retire and you die, and that's your purpose. Where did that come from? Because life is not that easy, and it's not that simple. I think we have many different purposes throughout our lives because we are ever changing. My purpose right now won't be the same in 10 years, maybe even next month, who knows? Number 5. I've learned this one recently, this past year, and that is that things do not happen to you, they happen for you. Last year, I went through the worst heartache I'd ever experienced. I really had never felt that level of pain in my life, nothing comparable. And I was mad at God, and I was mad that the situation even happened because I felt like I didn't deserve it. And it just felt like it was happening to me. Like, why does this happen to me? What did I do to deserve it? This isn't fair, X, Y, and Z. But the more time that passed, I realized how much I have and how much I will continue to benefit from not being in that relationship. There's a lot of things that in the moment we feel like we are being attacked, but it really is happening for us, for our growth, for our development, for our well-being, for our overall peace, for our purpose. So note, this advice is not by any means easy to apply, especially when you're in the thick of it, when you're feeling really angry, when you're feeling really heartbroken, when you're feeling really betrayed. But I think it is important to remind yourself of it, even if you don't completely believe it, to prevent yourself from making you the victim. A lot of times we think, oh, this has happened to me, the world hates me, nobody likes me, no. Whatever else you're telling yourself, if you make yourself the victim, you're never getting out. No, you'll be suffering the rest of your life if you make yourself the victim in every situation. Anywho, to anybody who watched this video, thank you. And I really hope something from this video stuck with you and it benefits you in some way, shape, or form. If you have any mindset shifts or anything of that nature, share it with me. Because you never know what sticks with people. You hear different quotes and things all the time, but then sometimes some of them just stick with you and really impact your outlook on life. Anyways, thank you again for watching. God bless you. Have a good day. And I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.